Okay, so today is August 5th. I wanted to show you guys the progress of the cuttings that I did of the my hibiscus and my figs. So this is the update. It's been 2 months since I have cut these cuttings and stuck them in here, and as you can see, there's a lot of them that grew. It's not 100%. I don't have 100% in these, but some of them actually died. They actually sprouted leaves, like this one sprouted leaves, and then look, and then I guess it kind of dried out because it's been pretty warm. But for the most part, I don't know how these fared as far as the roots. That's the part that matters the most. Well, they're still green on this one. It's the root growth that matters the most, not necessarily that there are leaves, because my whole purpose was to develop a good root system for these guys and not necessarily leaves. A lot of these already had leaves going into the experiment. These are the figs. This fig right here actually sprouted some leaves. I thought maybe, okay, because there was a lady in my gardening group on Facebook that, you know, you can't tell what people's attitudes are by type, right? So, you know, she was typing some stuff. She typed that, you know, that you can't take cuttings from figs, that you can't take cuttings from a tree that's growing, that's green, that you can't take cuttings from it and grow a cutting during the summer. She said you have to take the cutting when it's dormant during winter and then grow it, that it's not gonna work, and that I need to do more research, because I told another lady that I wanted a cutting off of her tree, and I told her I was trying to grow some cuttings already, but I wanted different varieties of fig. And so this other lady had offered me cutting off of her tree. And anyways, another lady on there said that she was gonna take a cutting. And so this particular lady gets on there and says, oh, well, you can't do that because it's not gonna work. It's not the time of year for it, or whatever, that it's not gonna happen. And you can't take a green twig and cut it and do a cutting from a green twig. It has to be dormant, and so you have to wait until winter. That's what she said. And when I told her, don't discourage people like that, you know, it's okay to experiment and try things on your own for yourself, because everybody might have good intentions and everybody might think they know stuff, and a lot of times they're just repeating stuff that they learned from somebody who learned it that way, and maybe they didn't test it out to see for sure whether it would work for them that way or not. And I'm the type of person, you can have your opinion. I have no problem with that. You can have your opinion, but I'm going to test out the theory, because what it boils down to is I want to know what really works, and not based off of what somebody thinks or what other people said has to be the norm, or this is the way that it's always been done. I want to see for myself, because, you know, there might be a chance that, you know, like with this fig here, there might be a chance that it'll work. And why should I have to wait until winter time, until it's dormant, to plant the cuttings to see if it's gonna work and have to wait till spring for something to blossom out of it or whatever. I don't know. All I know is that I never take other people's word for stuff. Now, if it's somebody that I know they tested it and tried it out, and they learned by experience that, hey, this isn't the way it works, then I'd be like, okay, well, you know what you're talking about. I know you've experimented and you tried it out, and this is what you got. But when I came out here and saw that fig, I was so happy. I was so happy because, you know, now I can take a picture of it and show that lady, hey, look, I did do some research. There's a number of people who I've been watching whose YouTube channels I frequent and I watch. And one of them happens to be Lead Farmer 73. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, he's hilarious, but he's real. And he experiments a lot with things. And he did several videos on cuttings. Well, not necessarily cuttings, but he does a lot of air layering and stuff. He's experimenting with cuttings, and I believe he successfully has grown some things from cuttings. But you know, I watched his channel and I was inspired by him, and so I'm just saying, you know, don't take other people's word for it. Experiment, try stuff out for yourself, see what works for you. I'm happy with this. It's not 100% that I can see right now. I mean, there's some twigs here that looks kind of dry, but you know, looks can be deceiving. I won't know until I pull up the cups and actually see what kind of roots is growing under there. And that is what I'm gonna do on the next video, is pull them up so that we can see the root growth and stuff. But I'm so excited about this fig that I just had to just come out here and videotape this early. Even though it's been 2 months, I had to come out here and just show you prematurely before I pull up the cup. But that right there shows me that there has to be some roots underneath these wood chips. So we'll see. Okay, so today is the day I'm gonna get most of these potted. I don't think I have enough pots for all of them yet, but I'll get the majority of them going. Some of the what's it called, hibiscus. I hate when that happens. Some of the hibiscus are starting to, the leaves are starting to wither and dry up, even though I watered them. So I'm thinking that it's not enough nutrients down in the dirt that I have put in here. So it's time for me to get these out and get them situated in their new little pots. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna find as I dig these out. I know I have the cups in here, but there's been critters that I've seen around here too. So I'm gonna try and avoid them as much as possible and try not to damage stuff as much as possible too. Oh, there's the cup there for that one. Let's see. Rim to rim. Let's see what's in this one. This one has a leaf on it here. Right there. And let's see. I don't see. I can't see any roots themselves, so I'm gonna have to dump this and see how it looks. Okay, I'm gonna try and do it this way. loosened it. Dirt. Let's see if I can get it to come out nicely. Some dirt. I don't know about roots though. Aw. Oh, there's not there. I don't see any roots on that. Okay, well, I guess I can still plant it and see what it does. But I don't see any roots on there. Let me try another one. Let me grab another one and see. Okay, so this one looks like it has promise. So let's see if it has roots. That one doesn't have roots either, but it's growing. I'll push that one down in here. Okay. Okay, all is not lost. I have some, I think I spotted some roots on this one. So, let's see what we got. I think I'll put it in this bigger one since it's a bigger plant. Move those to the side. And this here. Yeah, that one definitely has roots. Some of them broke off in the process, but still. So that's good. This one has some roots to speak of. Get that down in there. Okay. How many other ones I might have that have roots? Okay, so finally I'm to the fig. You see the fig there? And guess what? It has roots. It has roots growing in there. I don't know if you can see that, but there are definitely roots. I'm going to dump it out so we can see it better. It definitely has roots. I'm happy about that. Look at that. Definitely has roots. So, I am going to put this one in the pot that I prepared for it. Hold on. I didn't get to wet this down. The dirt is already pretty moist, but I'm going to moisten it just a little bit more. Just going to get him in there. I am so happy that this one grew some roots. And think mostly because I was told by someone that it couldn't be done. Now you can't take a green cutting during this time of year of a fig and grow roots on it, and in essence making another tree. And so I'm happy I was able to accomplish that for the first time ever trying on this fig here. Let's see. There it is. It's beautiful. That's just one half of it. The other half of the cutting that I took of the branch is still in the container. I have to see if it grew any roots as well. So, well, this is the end result. So, out of that one limb, that one cutting that I got, I divided it into two. Only half of that cutting developed roots. The other one, the tip part of the branch, it didn't develop any roots or anything like that. So, but out of that one cutting, I got one fig tree. So I guess that's a 100% success right there. I didn't get 2 fig trees out of it, but I got one. We'll see how it goes. This one is doing well. We'll see if it likes its new little area and new pot and everything. And then this hibiscus was the one that had roots. The other ones in the smaller containers, they didn't have roots, but there's still green leaves on them. So I'm gonna see what happens, see if they'll start to grow roots and become trees themselves. We'll see. But I do have one that has roots, and I still have others to explore left in the container over there to explore and see if they grew roots or not. So what I'll do is, as I do future updates on my garden via garden tour, then I will update on these as they grow. So I really appreciate you watching and experiencing this journey with me, as far as this was my first time taking cuttings and trying to grow roots in order to grow a whole new tree. And I guess I did pretty good for the first time. The hibiscus didn't do as well, but the fig is what I was really wanting to the fig was the one that I really wanted, that mattered to me. So, because I'm dying to try fresh fig. And so, yeah. But I thank you for watching and following this, and I thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you want to keep up with any of the updates on any of the projects or experiments that I'm doing. And please leave comments, and then click the like button as well. But I thank you, and as always, God bless.